our viewers on TV, and of course, to our wonderful audience in the studio. My name is Femi Akonde, and you're watching the hottest debate show on TV. This is the Big Issue. Good. Well, the Yahoo syndrome has gained so much popularity in Nigeria, and this is almost becoming socially acceptable. It is no longer breaking news when we read headlines that university students have been arrested for involving in cyber crimes. This trend has, however, advanced beyond the ordinary internet fraud level to what is generally known as Yahoo Plus, Oracle Plus Plus, or Yahoo Extra. Can you beat that? Well, I was told this is a fetish method of internet fraud. Some people have even blamed the prevalence of internet fraud on economic hardship that has translated into tough living conditions, while some people say it is only the morally bankrupt youth that indulge in these online tricks to defraud unsuspecting people. They say greed is the name of the game. On the Big Issue today, we have students of the Lagos State University School of Communications. Welcome, guys. Yeah, and we also have the youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria. Let us welcome them. They are here to debate the root causes of internet fraud in Nigeria. And so today we ask, is the state of the economy enough to justify internet fraud? We'll get the debate started when we come back from this short break. You're still watching The Big Issue. Welcome back. Is the state of the economy enough to justify internet fraud? That's the topic of debate today. And I have joining me on stage to debate this topic, Adebisi Titilokpe. Let's welcome Adebisi Titilokpe. Come up stage. Over there. Yes, Adebisi Titilokpe is a 400-level student of the Lagos State University School of Communication. That's she majors in broadcasting. She's here to argue that the state of the economy is not enough reason for anyone to be involved in internet fraud. Am I correct?
Yes, you're very correct.
All right, then, welcome. And on the flip side is Arewa Agbolade. Let's welcome Arewa Agbolade. Welcome. Arewa is also a 300-level student of the Lagos State University School of Communication. Well, he also majors in broadcasts. Yeah, and Arewa believes that failed institutions should be blamed for the spike in internet fraud. Welcome, Arewa.
Thank you, sir.
All right, but why would you justify internet fraud?
Let's get something straight. The topic is not a moral justification topic. They're not asking you if internet fraud is right or wrong. The topic is the state of the economy enough to justify internet fraud? Now, I'll give you statistics. As at 1960, when we thought we got independence, which right now, I don't know if it's still independence or we're somehow in slavery, we had 54 million people in Nigeria. That's at 1960. Fast forward to 2018, according to the National Communications Population, we have over 200 million people. Statistics still shows that out of this 200 million people that we have, 50% of them are youths. So imagine for a university like LASU, which as of 2016 graduated over 17,000 people, and at 2018 right now, we're about to convocate over 36,000 people. Wow. So let's assume that for out of the 152 universities we have in Nigeria, you graduate at least 5,000, at least. I know that it's higher than that, but let's just say at least we have 5,000 people. Where is the job exactly going to come from? Someone would say entrepreneurship. Where is the generator? Do you know how much a generator is cost right now? If you have a generator, do you know how much you buy fuel right now? It's no longer 35, it's no longer 45, it's no longer 75. We buy a liter of fuel for 100 and something naira in this country where one citizen is even living below 1 naira. As at 60s
below
and
$1, you mean?
below $1, sorry. As at the 60s and the 70s, at least 4 kobo could earn you up to $1. As at the 60s and the 70s, I feel really bad for Nigeria, really. It's shame on Nigeria. As at 60s and 70s, I heard my dad tell me one time that he got his first car, which is a Nissan Bluebird, for 1,500 naira.
Wow.
If you acquire a car now, or a good car, you have to have in the millions, or even some cars are bulletproof, you have to have billion just to ride something that has 4 tires. Where there are youths out there that don't have a job, there are youths out there struggling. Must everybody get into entrepreneurship? Must you do shoemaker? Must you be a tailor? Why go through the strenuous activity of being educated only to come back and not be able to get yourself a job? Now, she would argue that you'd see internet fraud, which we choose to call Yahoo as greed. Yeah, some people engage in this activity as greed. But then, if you think, well, this nation has become an Amazon. It's eat or be eaten. Our leaders are doing this thing. So why can't we make a life for ourselves? We're not talking right or wrong. But let's say we're talking right or wrong. The right thing in life is to be successful. If this makes you successful, please wouldn't you engage and make yourself successful than try to follow the wrong path?
Well, Arewa's dad bought his Nissan Bluebird for 1,500. That would only buy you one shawarma today. Well, Titi Lokpe, you heard him.
I did.
But you agree that maybe the economy today is not as people want it to be. It's not so impressive when you look at Nigeria's economic development. But you still say, despite these obvious challenges, youth should not indulge in these Yahoo that seem to be kind of providing for young people today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Let me just go straight to Mr. Arewa. Mr. Arewa, you made a very good point.
No, you may not have to go straight to him now. I'll get to a segment that is called the Fire for Fire. At that time, you go to him, he comes back at you. But now, make your point.
Yes, what he said is what I want to make a point on. When I said that we're talking about the fuel and everything, yes, I'm talking about the economy. The economy is so bad. Yes, we all agree that people are saying the economy is very bad, no money, no money. But the truth is, people are making it. Let's talk about the fuel. Let's talk about the laptop. I want to go into Yahoo business. When I'm talking about the laptop, I'm not talking about you just using a HP laptop that is very old model. I'm talking about you using a HP laptop that is very, very model, where you need the sensitivity to be very active. And when we are talking about this HP laptop, ladies and gentlemen, for those of us that are using laptop, you all know that the price of laptop is not small cake. When we're talking about laptop now, you're talking about you buying it in something about 150,000 when you're buying it in thousands of naira. Then for those Yahoo girls that we talk about.
Some people buy UKUs.
I was about to say that.
Those that are talking about the Yahoo, because to make that job more active, you just don't need a laptop. You need a very good technological phone, and that is costing money. Ladies and gentlemen, in the same economy that we are all blaming, that he said, or we are saying that the economy is to justify the fact that we should get indulged in economy. These people that are doing this internet fraud, they are still getting their money to get these good devices. What happened to our sense of creativity? I'm asking people, what happened to our sense of creativity? Why should we use money that you could use to get that entrepreneur job? Like he said that money for generator, money for this. I was thinking about it when I was preparing for it, that really, yes, for everything, the money for us to get this and that is actually very close. But then that money that you are using to get that good technology, you could actually use it to get your idea into something very nice. And talking about the economy, it's not an individual thing. Economy is not a person that is walking up and down telling you do this and do that. In this same economy that we're talking about, we have people that are making it. It's when we talk about this criminal act, when we're talking about cybercrime is very, very difficult. It's something that is really eating the economy, that the economy is even going round and round and begging for mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is not affecting our own economy, if the cybercrime is not the one affecting the economy, why do we think we have the Cybercrime Act of the 2015? Because this cybercrime is actually affecting the economy. That is, the reverse is the case. So I will say that it's not the economy that is actually making the internet fraud to be famous or whatever, but instead is the internet fraud that is even eating our economy.
The internet fraud, like she has said, is like a clog in the wheel of progress. It's hindering economic development because we understand that, I think that's 2015, that Nigeria lost over 127 billion naira to internet fraud. And that's a lot of money. Removing 127 billion naira from the country's economy, putting it in the pockets of young people like you that maybe just get the money, and what do they even do with it? So people are saying now, like also she said, this economy is not just the young people that are affected. We are all in this together. And some people are coming up with brilliant ideas, starting businesses, engaging in other legitimate means of livelihood. So why internet fraud? Why not other things? There are other things. And you know, it also takes brain to be an internet fraudster.
Yes. I like when people give statistics. I like when people give numbers, but I hate mathematics. I hate mathematics that's not talking about money. I love the fact that you mentioned 1.7 billion, and I love the fact that she was bold enough to give me what I wanted. I wanted her to mention the cybercrime aspect law that they brought into place. Now Nigeria has a trend, and I will bet you anyone in this room is aware of this. We make laws in this country because they favor us. Now you're saying we lost 1.7, just 1.7 is what I would call it.
127 billion.
Okay, 127 billion to cybercrime. That's because they took record of that particular one. What about the 13 billion naira that is somewhere at Ikoyi Gates that we can't even find a credible owner for it? Because they won't come out. Why? Because the money was stolen. Talk about the people who are stealing. If you want to busy yourself telling me there are people making it out there, I can assure you this is a drill. Now I'm not having papers, but she's having papers. I can assure you, when she mentioned people are making it, she's eventually going to mention a couple of names of people that are making it. But I want to assure you, out of the number that I stated clearly the first time, where I said Nigeria has over a population of 200 million people, she will not mention over 15 people that have made it. If she wants to mention, she will say maybe Yomi Kaja went into entrepreneurship, he made it. Mention people like Elumelu, who at one point used to buy Bolly at the bus stop, but now is very wealthy. She will not mention up to 20. But let me inform you here, and you can check anywhere and ask anyone. For every one person that makes it in this country, there's another 1 million people suffering somewhere. To put that aside, I'll paint you an analogy. One day I was on a bus. I was heading to school. Something happened between the conductor and the passengers. It devolved into a furor. They started arguing and fighting each other. The next thing I heard the conductor speaking, he was so fluent and eloquent that even me could not picture myself speaking like that. So I asked him, Ogano Vexo, what school did you attend? To the shame of Nigeria, this guy is like one of the every other many thousands of people that are graduated in prestigious universities are unable to get a job. Now let's say, okay, we want to go into entrepreneurship. She will get there. We want to go into agriculture. Number one, where is the land? As the 60s and the 70s, which is going to have enough of my emphasis. In the 60s and the 70s, you can ask your parents if you're not aware. They used to sell land. They call it stone throw. They ask you to pick up a stone. At the east, you throw your stone. Wherever it falls is where they start marking your land from. Then you get to pay 200 naira. When I mentioned my dad bought a Nissan Bluebird, the first plot of land he bought was in Igbo, somewhere in the Kuku area here. He bought it at an expensive rate of 2,000 naira. Right now, if you want to buy a land somewhere even close to Lasu, let me even say Okwefo, to do maize or whatever it is business you want to do on it, you have to pay in the millions. Aside the millions, you have to pay monthly to people who tell you, Agbero for this for that, or afternoon, money for in the night. You pay all sorts of money. You have to get manure. You have to get fertilizer. Where are all these things coming from?
All right. Well, okay. You know, some of the causes of cybercrime, like he has stated, unemployment.
Thank you.
You agree that the rate of unemployment is very high. Government corruption. We hear and we read in newspapers, we see it on television that these government officials are dipping their fingers into our commonwealth and they're making away with it. And then youth are looking at them and asking, how can I get my own share? I can't get to the corridors of power to take also from our commonwealth. And they have also devised the means for themselves, this internet fraud, by, of course, ensuring that they also can afford a better life. Why would you blame them? Why are you not looking at the bigger picture now of the politicians, the people in power that are even siphoning bigger monies than these youths we're talking about here?
Mr. Moderator, thank you. Unemployment, yeah, I was looking at it and I was looking at the statistics I had. From 16.8 it was increased to 18.2. Yes, the increasement in unemployment is actually very, very large. But do you know why we have a problem with unemployment? Let me tell you the secret. Because most people that are leaving the job are joining the Yahoo Yahoo. That's why there is an increase in unemployment. Not because there is no job, but because they are looking for a faster way to get money. Like I said, we are not here to talk about morals, though moral is part of it. But when I say corruption, corruption is not just one thing that you are deciding because the economy should be the one to decide that you should be corrupted. No, but it is at your mind. But what I'm trying to say that when I'm talking about internet fraud, I'm not saying that it should be blamed on the economy. It should be blamed on the personality of the person doing it, not on the economy at all. The economy that can actually sponsor some people to actually make money. Like we said, let's take a look at us right now. You are here. You got a job. You're feeding your family. You're feeding yourself. Are you involved in any Yahoo Yahoo? Or do you even think of doing it?
If it was, it wouldn't tell you.
Oh, please, it doesn't even need to tell me.
If it was, it wouldn't tell you.
He is a responsible man.
You could be doing it at home.
But when we're talking about the Yahoo Yahoo case that we're talking about, it doesn't need.
I just do my job. All right, go ahead.
I do my job too.
He doesn't need to tell me about whether he's indulging Yahoo Yahoo. You are here, you're in school. Like, you know, one thing got me. People say, yes, when you leave the school, there's no job. Speaking English fluently well does not mean you have the skill. You can be a good person that can speak well, but that does not mean you have what it takes to be very good. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen? It's not about the fact that I can speak the phonetics. No, baby. It's about what you got in your brain. It's about your creativity. It's about you writing that software. It's not about the English you're saying.
If she's saying, if she's...
Hold on, Arewa, now we say unemployment.
Yeah.
But if we look at, you would agree with me that 70% of, I hope my statistics are correct, of 70% of people that are involved in cyber crimes are students. They're not even out of the university yet. They're not in the labor market. So what would you say have pushed students to get involved in cybercrime?
Now, I was saying from the starting, we're not here to discuss moral justification of right or wrong. We're here to discuss what is right, or let's focus on the economy. Right thing in life, like I said earlier, is to become success. Yes or no, please? Yes. If I have to do something to graduate with a flying color in my academics, would you take it or not? Yes. Let me say something else.
What you're saying that the end justifies the means?
At the rate at which Nigeria is going, your end justifies your means. Do you know why? Because if you say you want to do what they call the right thing, you don't want to do, I won't say it's the wrong thing, no. You don't want to do that other thing that could benefit your future, then you are just laying your life softly in front of those cabals, grandfathers, godfathers, godmothers that are interested in lining up their pockets, putting their family in political posts in numbers of 3s and 4s. For crying out loud, in the 60s and the 70s, they used to buy gari and rice, 13 naira, 15 naira, respectively. Now a bag of rice for 15,000. What happened? What are you telling me? So you want me to just sit there and expect manna will fall from above? We keep voting. We keep going through these processes of expecting to unwind one magician that will wave the one that Nigeria will become good. It doesn't work that way, for crying out loud.
All right. You said somewhere that having a law, because you talked about the cybercrime law, yes, having a law is one thing. Maybe implementing this law, of course, is another thing. I know this law to curb the online, of course, and other related internet crimes in Nigeria provides that anyone found guilty of possessing a manipulative device, unauthorized automated teller machine card, or damaging a computer with the intention to defraud, or trafficking in any password to defraud customers or financial institutions will be sentenced to 7 years in prison or a 7 million naira fine. Is this enough to stop cybercrime, or you think it should be more than this?
It's not enough.
Really?
No,
7 years of someone's life behind bars.
Because someone being lazy, laziness, it's sickening. He was talking about the fact that we need the money to clothe myself. Yes, I'm a lady. I need money to get my makeup. I need money to get my good skirt. I need money to get my good shoes and my bags. Of course, I need money, but I don't indulge in yahoo. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, there are other ways we can do this. I am not still on the fight with that law and that economy, but I am saying that the economy is not the reason why people are doing yahoo.
All right, let me say something. Let me say something here. You said you're a lady. You won't involve in cyber crimes and other, of course, related online offenses to meet your needs. But again, some people say, like they say, they call them Yahoo boys. I don't know if you've heard of Yahoo girls. I have not seen a Yahoo girl. Okay, you've seen a Yahoo girl. But do you agree that there are more Yahoo boys than Yahoo girls?
I agree that there are more boys than girls. Okay, Why? Because the girls get their money from the guys.
Oh, I was coming to that. I was coming to that because
thank you.
You know what? Peer pressure has pushed people into indulging in this cybercrime. Could it be because of pressures from ladies like you that has pushed other young guys, of course, because they have to buy your Brazilian hair, your Gucci bag, your good shoes?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Like I was saying, as I'm standing right now, I'm a capable lady. I take care of my needs. I don't need a Yahoo guy to bring my money. No, I don't need you to bring my money.
That is for her. What about the ladies that cannot take care of their own needs themselves?
It's not about, there are so many other ways. I have a guy.
What other way? Give us 5 other means that you can make money. Give us 5 other means whereby you can make money without doing Yahoo.
All right, then it's getting really hot now.
It's
really hot, but you don't have to take off your clothes. But we'll take a short break at this point, and when we return, it will be time for the next segment, and it is called Fire for Fire. You're still watching The Big Issue. Fire for Fire segment. Is the economic situation enough to justify internet fraud? And of course, our debaters have been firing from all cylinders. Well, it is time for them to fire on. This segment is called Fire for Fire. Make your point, puncture each other's argument. But of course, it is not a boxing ring. And again, mind your language. So, and you can also ask yourselves questions. If you think you're not feeling him, like, okay, let me ask you, what do you think about this? How do you justify this? And you can do likewise. So, the ball is in your court. Fire.
Can I ask you a question very fast?
You're free,
in 2014, what was the state of the unemployment rate? Can you answer? No, she can't because she didn't look up on it. The answer is 4.6. At 2016, what was it on? It was in 10.2. 2017, what was it on? 14.4. In 2018, like you stated, it was on 18.2 unemployment rate in a country. On the list of the most unemployed country, Nigeria happens to be 17th on that list. A country where we are rich in oil, a country where we are rich in agriculture. Nigeria happens to be the country that produces the highest maize production ever. Yet we are importing maize. After producing maize, we have oil to the extent that we extract oil, we export oil, they refine the oil, then we bring back the oil to our country to still end up buying it at an expensive rate.
Let me come to that, Mr. Arewa. Mr. Arewa, you said the economy reason. Let me ask you, will you say the economic situation in U.S. is very bad?
This is not U.S., we're talking about Nigeria.
Yes, I'm telling you the same thing. When we talk about United Kingdom, will you say it is bad? Nigeria, just last year was
Are you in United Kingdom?
When I'm talking about I'm telling you that economic situation is good, but still, they are still working on internet fraud. So the economy is not that reason that should be enough for you to tell me that you should
I don't really understand what you're saying.
I am telling you that the economy doesn't justify the fact that you should be doing internet fraud. And U.S. is very good when we talk about the economy. We're not talking about United Kingdom. The economy is not enough.
She said something. Tis Lopez said Nigeria was ranked third among countries with a high rate of internet fraud, behind the United Kingdom and the United States. But some people have also argued that in the U.S. and the UK, who are those people involved in this internet fraud?
I would explain it to you. I would explain it to you. There was a certain guy called Frank.
It's about that.
You can Google it. This true life movie Catch Me If You Can was modeled on him. As at the age of 16, he could successfully make a check and withdraw money with it. As at the age of 18, he had co-piloted a plane, a real-life plane, not all those ones the toy plane would do. As at the age of that 18, he could buy any flight he wanted without actually purchasing a ticket. That is a guy who engaged in fraud. I'm not saying it is good. I have a point. I have where I'm going. He engaged in fraud. Eventually, he got arrested. But then there had been too many fraud cases over there. The FBI couldn't even handle it. You can look this up on Google. So they employed the guy. They employed the guy to help them. They employed the guy.
It's his own self-doing. It's not about the economy, please.
Other criminals like himself because he was good enough. Now let me go to where exactly I'm going. Chinese people are known for technology. Americans are known for their military might. Nigerians, we are being led by example, right?
Yeah,
that's the job of a leader. Leaders by example. Nigerians, we are known to have leaders that are utterly corrupt. So I suppose a man that could not get a job, a man that has a family to feed, a man that is passionate enough to not want to go to an education.
Arewa, is that what we are known for?
I'm supposed to give you both my opinion and facts. I've given you some facts, so now I've come down to my own opinion. Right. My opinion is if you don't have something to do that they call right, but you have something else to do that can help your life be better. I'm not saying scam people. I'm basically saying if you have other things to do that can make your life better.
The economy is just a layman excuse.
Why wait for somebody that is obviously not going to care about you? If they cared about you, would they come seek for votes by giving you 5,000 naira? At the end of the day, they can't do nothing. Imagine ministers building and commissioning one NEPA pole. Imagine a governor of the state commissioning a statue of 520 million naira.
If expensive artworks, come on, you don't want the artists to eat?
Is anyone buying it? No. Who did you commission it for? It's not an MK or Abiola. It's not someone who's relevant to Nigeria. I won't mention his name, but we have.
It is a Jacob Zuma, the president of South Africa, one of the biggest economies in Africa.
In Africa, not in Nigeria. This man, why would I use my public funds of 520 million naira? If each one of you here had 1 million out of that 520, tell me your life will not be changed.
Please,
what are you talking about?
All right then.
Thank you,
I know it's fire for fire, and of course you're firing. But we also encourage fair play. Don't drown her voice.
Fair play.
Don't drown her voice.
Okay, now we're talking about the creativity. We're talking about no job. That's the main reason why people are getting involved in internet fraud. Let's take Unilag as an example, University of Lagos State, where we have this youth. There's a way for you to be creative. I know someone that is involved into making shoes, and it's just a matter of branding your talents. It's a matter of you branding your potentials. So when you were looking down, like we were talking about peer pressure, I can say that internet fraud is always as a result of peer pressure, but not the economy. There is a sociology known as Elwin. It said that there's something we call differentiation. When you're meeting with people, you get to be convinced by their own peer pressure. When you see your mate that is getting into internet fraud using the car, you can decide to do that because it's just peer pressure, but not the economy. We have people that have made it, people that are still good. You and I, girl, we are going to school, but that does not mean that we're not going to make it. We are going to make it because you are going to package your creativity. That is where branding comes in. You were telling me that when we talk about Nigeria, US is not the same thing. Do you know what this thing has cybercrime, how it has affected us? When we speak about Nigeria, when you get to that embassy, they will have to scan you very well before they can even allow you to go. Why? Because we have a negative image. We are talking about our country here. And you're telling me that it's all about the economy. And let me tell you, it's not about the age alone. We have people that are making it. That was a guy, like it said, it's not about laziness. True. You have to wake up.
Agreed.
You have to, yes, it's not about, the Yahoo people. Yes, the Yahoo people, we have to wake up. The Yahoo people, we have to wake up. But it's about you. 2 wrongs can make it right. It's about you waking up and doing the right thing. What about when you wake up and think, instead of you to think about scamming another person? There's even this gist about, it's our forefathers that came to our country and are invading us. But do you know when we're talking about this cybercrime? It's not even all about Yahoo. We're talking about pornography. We're talking about piracy. When I make a film, do you know how it's like for Kule and Fulayo that make October 1st? Because of piracy. Piracy is an act of cybercrime. And are you telling me that it's about the fact that the economy does economy justify piracy? No, it does not. It's just a creativity.
Okay. In the 90s, we used to call it 419.
In the 90s.
And we had a few number of them, and then suddenly, like in the 2000s down to 2018, present day, now they have evolved. from Yahoo to Yahoo Plus to Oracle Plus and the rest. What would you say has contributed to the rise in this vice?
Can I answer that question?
It's also, when I talk about the abuse of power, when we talk about the internet, what was the major reason why we created the internet? It was for global impartation. It's for people to be able to communicate, for you to have opportunity when it comes to business. But when people who are not ready to do the right thing at the right time, when they think they want to jump over, like Awa was talking about in the 90s when his father was getting the Beetle car. I mean, we're not talking about the past. We are talking about reality. We're not living the past. We are living the reality. When you have the internet, there are so many things that you can do with the internet. So many positive things. Not use scamming people. Not use scamming your fellow Nigerians. Not use scamming your fellow person. All in the name of economy. Let me tell you a man that is 26 years old. He is one of the top millionaires in this world. And how does he make it? He invests gains. Why don't you use your creativity to do something better? Something that you can be proud of. Not your internet problem you're telling me about.
I fully agree. I fully agree that she made a valid point. But I fully agree also that she's helping me to make my point. My point is opportunity, when it comes your way, grab it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's legitimate or. Does it matter if it's legitimate or illegitimate? Just grab it.
As a fashionista, to sew your clothes and sell and get your cool money.
Now, you earlier stated that internet fraud in Nigeria came in the 2000s,
right? In the morning, you wake up and do the right thing at the right time. So please, don't base this on opportunity.
But guys, hold on, guys, listen. Titi Lokpe and Arewa, listen, there's a problem. Or some people are saying now that there's a problem. And this could be why we are where we are today.
Yeah.
You understand? We have musicians today who we look up to. We also sing their songs and everything. But it appears that they glorify these cybercrime.
Yes.
Is that the way to go?
Mr. Moderator,
I'm asking Arewa.
Rightly
I'm asking
speaking.
Arewa. Because we're talking about this cybercrime now. So, of course, it is a crime. We say cybercrime. It is a crime. But we have people singing to promote and to glorify this crime.
Yesterday, I had an assignment. It's called photojournalism ethics. Now, it was an argument about doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing, or doing your job. Now, I stated that when you see an opportunity, you grab it. As an artist, my job is to entertain you. Your job is to pay me. My job is not to investigate how you got your money. I don't care whether you're a Yahoo person. I don't care if you do some other illicit things to get your money. My job is to entertain you and get paid for my entertainment. My job is to sing and ensure that you bring out money from your pockets. Now, let me go to when I was saying the 2000s, which was when internet fraud came on a rise in Nigeria. Before it came on a rise in Nigeria, it was happening somewhere in the US, where I mentioned the name of something, Frank Abagni. You can Google it. Now, she's talking about we could use internet for other things that are beneficial. I know you could do Oracle, you could do many other things that are beneficial. But I keep saying, for one good thing you do, there's other thousands and millions of people dying from starvation. Now, I'm not done. What I'm trying to say is this people created the internet. Now they gave it to you as a means of doing something, right? I choose to do something good. Other people did not choose to do something wrong, but they choose to do something that would benefit their lives. Now, these same people that made this internet, please, I beg of you, please. I could kneel down. I could kneel down for you to allow me to
finish so that I can finish with what you're about to say.
Okay, thank you. It's cool that way. These same people that created the internet are the same ones that created the viruses that allow Yahoo people to scam other people. They are the same people that create the back doors into all these firewalls and the viruses and the antiviruses. Do you know why? Because they saw an opportunity for a business venture to make profit, to make money, which is the purpose of becoming successful.
I'm going to start on Mr. Morrison. When you talk about the musicians that are helping you telling you about the internet fraud, if it's right or not, do you know it depends on the kind of musician we're talking about?
Oh, every musician wants money.
No, please, everybody. I have people like us.
Please, do we have musicians that don't want to make money in there?
When we talk about Nathan Abasi, when you talk about people that would say something nice to your head and you'll be able to think.
Secular musicians.
Yes, but then they're not telling. When we are talking about people like Sinach, when we are talking about people like Nathan Abbasi, they will speak things that will make you to think well. They will speak things that will make you to think about your purpose. I am not, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are musicians.
We're talking about musicians that entertain both Christians, Muslims, and of course all those atheists and those of the traditional faith.
It's to make money, not to stand on the right side of the law or the left side of the law. My purpose for engaging in a business is to make money. If I'm a secular artist, I don't care where you are. Invite me to your party. You want me to sing? I sing. The EFCC can deal with where you got your money from. It's not my business. My business is satisfying you. I get paid.
Mr. Moderator, you know one thing, I don't want to be talking about making money. What this is all about. Money. But you know now, he hasn't told, now they are making the money. About making more money. It's not the economic situation that's allowing you to do that. Because you want to make money for yourself. Out of the economy, you're trying to make your money. But not that it's the economy that is so bad.
Why
that
is
you cannot do anything. That the economy is not even so bad. We have people that are actually making real money. But
is it
talking
Yahoo
about
boys that bastardize this economy?
We were
the fear of prosecution by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is it not enough deterrent?
It should be enough.
But why isn't it enough? We still have more people engaging.
Like I said earlier, has become an Amazon. It eats or be eaten. You know when you get arrested, you pay. Those same people who arrested you will collect money. They'll leave you alone. You go back to your business. It's a business. I can't die. I have to survive. I have to survive. I can't die.
It is a business. But I would say that because it is a business, actually I put the blame on my economy. When we are talking about 127 billion every year taken from one country, ladies and gentlemen, what will be left for you and I?
They are still surviving. They can make much more than that. Don't be worried for them.
The Yahoo people, and you are telling me it's justified, is that the economy? It doesn't justify. You are the one doing your illegality.
I'm not saying internet fraud is good. I'm saying the state of the economy justify whatever means you use to benefit your life.
You're too lazy and not ready to be creative.
If my cookies was to expire was to expire tomorrow, and I still don't have a job today, and I know somebody that wants me to help him sell something, and it is not a scamming process, but I'm not saying it's a good process, and I'm not saying it's a bad process. Let me ask you the question. Would you lose your admission or make the money?
Ritual killings just to ensure that their business, like you would want to put it, business in quotes now, their business prospers. Okay. Now look at what they do, the length they go to ensure that their business, their illegitimate business thrives.
Yeah. Like I said earlier on, China is known for technology. America for their military power. Argentina to be the highest meat producing country in South America. In Nigeria, we used to be the highest producing country of cocoa. Later on, we became the highest producing country of maize, but now we get to import it. Where I'm going is these people that started doing plus to what they are doing, which is Yahoo or any other way they are doing it, or the politicians that are stealing money, it came out of greed. And I stated it earlier, some people got into this Yahoo business for greed. Some people, it's peer pressure. Other people, it is out of desperation because they need to make a way out. Now let me even speak for those that are greedy. Let me even justify them for being greedy. I'm in a society, I'm trying to live a straight life where I'm not running from the police, I'm not running from the EFCC, I'm on the right path. Now I see one person who came to beg me for votes, to lead me in the path that I should go. I'm supposed to follow this person. All of a sudden, in 6 months, this person is a billionaire. They're buying aeroplanes, they're buying armored cars. Who is shooting after them? I don't know.
So
now I'm seeing these people, I'm saying, since this country, everybody has decided to take onto the business of what do we even call this name now? Like you steal and all this thing. I can't even remember. I've said too much. Corruption. Thank you. That's where I'm going. Everybody has decided to be corrupt. Why can't I decide to be worthier than I am? I'm not saying be a ritualist. I'm just saying what stops a businessman from wanting to be richer than he is? After all, the purpose of business is being rich, and richer.
You can't beat them.
If you can't beat them, maybe you join them. It's not my case, it's your case.
That is based on your personality.
It's your choice, not my choice. It is not my economy, it is our economy. It is not my Nigeria, our Nigeria.
She's saying now, it's an individual thing. That we can't all collectively say the economy is bad. It takes a person to say, come, I think I like that Gucci bag.
That is where the
I like that Range Rover. I like these things. That greed and covetousness. That is why most people are pushed into doing it. Not necessarily the economy or not having, like you said, like some people not having anywhere. That is an individual thing. It is the morally bankrupt people that decide to indulge in this cybercrime, not because the economy is bad.
I will say again.
You may be saying
we can't all say that. Listen to it's English now. It's English. I'm taking it to the classroom level. We can't all say that the economy is bad, but my people, brothers and sisters, you are not deaf. If you are not deaf, if you are deaf, you are not blind. If you are blind, can't you feel? We can all agree wholeheartedly that this economy has been bad. It will be bad. It's not magic. It is bad. Okay. You may not want to say it, but we will all agree the economy is bad. You don't have a blind person can tell.
We cannot agree that the
people are living
economy is
below
bad,
$1.
but the agreement does not mean that all of us are doing Yahoo Plus.
I'm not saying everyone is doing Yahoo Plus. I'm just saying we can all agree that the economy is bad. Yes or no?
Your conscience not judging you.
If my conscience is judging me for being able to fend for those that I care about, should I let them?
Does not mean I have to be a ritualist. Does not mean I have to get laptop and be waiting my good night sleep.
Before I got here, some people were talking about they study chemistry, now they are doing broadcast. Some people study banking and finance, they are doing PRO inside the bank. If they could get, some of them got good jobs where they were working, but they decided to come here because of passion. Other people would not tell you, but it's because they could not get jobs. That's why they came here.
All right then. All right. Some people studied chemistry, but today they are politicians. Some people study journalism, but today they are doing something else. Well, and some people here in the audience would also like to ask you questions. Well, that will be after this short break. You're still watching The Big Issue. Welcome back to The Big Issue. Well, it's question time, and I know members of the audience are itching and eager to ask their questions. But first, we have a member from the youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Lagos branch, Mr. Dele Ajayi.
Well, thank you, lady and gentlemen. You have done very well. But I just want to say this. The economy is not a reason, not an excuse, not a leeway for anyone to get involved in Yahoo or Yahoo Plus or minus or addition or subtraction. Because there is innate ability in everyone to be able to create and do exactly what you desire to do. The problem we have here is that there are some things that are fundamentally wrong. Now, if you look at what you have said, the ends does not justify the means. You see, you said something that you hate mathematics, and I begin to have problem. Because mathematics, you can get the result, but the workings must be gotten right. Now, you could get the money, you could make the money, but if you make the money, if you don't make it in the right way, or for the right cause, there will be a problem.
A big one.
So you want to understand that it is not about the money. And you say work. Work is not about money. Work is about meeting needs. It's about giving solution. Selfishness is the center of this problem. Greed is the center of this problem. If you go back to every developed world today, you will realize that they are morally okay. For example, issue of integrity cannot be taken as a second class. It's the number one thing. Go back to Singapore. go back to Malaysia, go back to US. There are issues of integrity. If the issue of integrity, selfishness, love for the other person is not there, you will not think about taking money or stealing things from the other person. These are fundamental issues that the youth of today, you got to be careful about. And once you do that, you will not get into Yahoo Plus or go into ritual that you want to kill somebody.
All right. Mr. Delia Ajayi, a member of the Christian Youth Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Lagos chapter. Now, let's have the lady's question. Your question. Do you have a question? Or you,
actually, it's not a question, but in support of Miss Titi.
All right.
Yeah, I think the economy is not a reason for you to go into Yahoo or Yahoo Plus or whatever. Like, let me cite an example. I have an elder brother. He also finished from Lagos State University. At first, when he finished, he went into teaching one of the big schools in Lagos, like Honeyland schools. So they were paying him just peanuts, around 30 to 40,000. And my dad is into a bakery business. So, as a child of my dad, you have to know about the business. As I am here, I know everything about bakery, baking and everything. So later when my brother gathered money, at least he was into the teaching for about 2 years or so. He gathered money, went into the bread business too. And I can equally tell you, he has not used up to 2 years. And now he's already building his own bakery. And last week when I went home, he made estimate of how much he has spent. And I can tell you he has spent over $1 million to build his own bakery. And he's into his own baking on his own. And the bakery he's using is on rent over there. So I think working on your own, no matter how much you get there, just push harder, work harder. You will still get something from it. Not for you to go into Yahoo or Yahoo Plus. So I think I'm in support of Ms. Titi, that the economy is not adding to it.
All right, work.
I want to react to that exact part of integrity. Show me a Nigerian that would pick integrity over becoming successful.
We have.
And I pop.
Titi Lokpa Debisi is one.
Okay.
Wow. Femi Akonde is another.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. She's getting somewhere.
Money.
It's not fire for fire section.
I'm only trying.
I'm supposed to be allowed to speak right now.
I am reacting.
Okay,
She's also reacting.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
it's
It's a reaction.
She mentioned her name. If it wasn't going to be an arrest or a warrant case, I would mention other names of people too. But then, it doesn't go that way. So what I'm trying to say is for one person who says she has integrity, we don't know.
I do.
I believe she does, but I don't. You don't. You're just guessing. It's just perception. It's her perception. Now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask her a question. Titi, sorry. Who pays your school fees?
I do. I'm into so many different things.
No, that wasn't what I asked.
Yes,
Who pays your school fees?
I have another school that I'm doing.
She's still not answering my question.
I pay my school fees.
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. My point is for everything that comes your way, that seems like one person wants to con you or cheat you or dupe you, you try to look for a way out.
There are more questions.
And I'm doing business.
There are more questions.
Not Yahoo.
Oh, I wish I still had like 1 hour.
There are more questions. You can respond and react, and also find a way to tailor what you have to say into your other responses. All right, your question.
Hello. This question goes to everyone.
All right.
You blame cybercrime on the economy. What of people that do it for pleasure?
Yeah,
that love doing it for pleasure. What of them?
Before I started speaking, before we got to this section, I said some people do it for the greedy purposes, while some other people is because they have no option. Then for her who said her brother has invested like 1 million naira into the business and now is making profit, what of those that don't have 1 million to put?
No, he didn't have the 1 million. He didn't have the 1 million.
Okay, he had 20,000 naira from salary that he was gathering. And then later he was collecting 30,000.
While you are young.
What of those that are not making 20,000 and 30,000? What of those that don't have 100 naira to feed? What of those that can drink gari without sugar? Like yesterday night, I drank gari without water. In fact, I chewed gari.
You chewed gari.
So
why haven't you gone into Yahoo?
Thank you. It's because your personality is playing.
I knew coming on this stage to speak, I would get the opportunity and the platform to showcase the fact that I have something. Like you said, everyone has an innate, a talent. Some people's talent is to draw. Some people, they can scam. It's not my fault. And then the bad economy, and then they can scam. Some people can be 419s. Then the fact that the bad economy is not helping them is further saying to them, go by any means, become a success. I'm not saying scam, I'm saying be successful.
We have more questions. We can't all be good. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
But what I want to say is that you cannot beat a child and expect laughter in response.
Thank you.
And one other thing is that pushing the youth of Nigeria, they have been pushed to the wall.
Thank you.
And you cannot continue to push them, expecting them to pull down the wall for you to continue the pushing.
Thank you.
That's wickedness taken to an extreme.
Thank you.
The average Nigerian youth we know is not a lazy person.
I like this man.
And let me tell you, for an economy that is okay, we will direct our energy rightly to the right things. Because the economy is functioning in a way that is not right. The thing you must expect is that a bad economy leads a lot of social vices. And those social vices is prevalent among the youth. So if we want a good society, if we want a decent society, let's beg our leaders to try to make things right. Make the environment enabling for youth to thrive in their little businesses. If you allow these things if you don't allow these things to exist, it's inevitable for you not to find the youth engaging in all these social vices, including cybercrime.
Clap for him.
All right. I would like Titi. I would like them. Before he said, let's beg our leader. That's their job. Do we have to beg them to do their job? Titi, respond to that quickly.
The economy is about you and I. We are the one that making. No, we are the one making up the economy. But when you decide that, fine.
When was the last time you contributed your quota to the economy? If you're the one making the economy, when was the last time you contributed something to the economy?
If I decide to do the right thing, we would have a better economy.
Are you aware that companies are leaving Nigeria now because there's no electricity to power their jobs?
And remember when we're talking about leaders, you and I, we are the leaders. We just run a bill of not too young to run the bills. Is it the internet people that are doing internet fraud that are going to run?
Not too young to run bills that they're allowed to thrive because they know they are still going to be pulling the strings under there. Since they launched the bill, how many youths have you seen that have been given the opportunity to step into offices? Aside Benga, who is the local government chairman.
It's not yet to law. It hasn't been signed into law.
But then they are still there trying to pull strings. We have some other parties that are just coming up now, who I wouldn't mention names. Men in the ages of the 70s and 90s saying they are coalitioning something. I won't mention names. Is the party for us? Still for these same old people that have carted away everything we are supposed to have to benefit our future. They want to be playing Super Mario with my future. And you expect me to stay here and let you do what you like.
Do something better and get a better future.
All right then. A big round of applause for our debaters. Well, we'll take another quick break at this point, and when we return, it will be time to coast home. You're still watching The Big Issue. Welcome back. Well, gentlemen, it's time to have your last take on this debate topic. Quickly.
I just want to really state that we're not discussing moral justification. If we were, I would say internet economy is not affecting the internet fraud, you should work harder, but we're not discussing morality. We're discussing how is the economy having an effect on your vices. Now, my point is, if you don't have any other means that is right, don't do the wrong one. Do what works for you and make sure that your future is in your hands, because you can't leave it for someone else to help you navigate. Even in Lagos roads, we have traffic, so what could happen to your own future?
Don't follow one way, last man would.
That's your choice.
I'm going to conclude saying two wrong does not make it right. The further the economy is bad does not mean you should get indulged in internet fraud or anything. You can do something better. Creativity is at work. You can use your creativity and produce something better that you could be proud of, that you won't be scared that anything like EFCC will be running after you. So have a better future and get a better future.
Even EFCC is focused on politics.
All right then. All right. Well, gentlemen, at this point, I would ask both of you to sheath your swords on this stage and shake hands. Let's mend fences. A round of applause for them. All right, thank you. Well, that's how it has been on the debate show today. Whatever you do, make sure it's in the interest of Nigeria. Together, we can make Nigeria a better country for all of us. My name is Femi Akonde, and you can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @Femi Akonde TVC. You can also follow @TVC Connect and also @TVC News NG. Thank you for watching The Big Issue.